show the day today, like new today. Everything that we have, it's all new today, which has been great. We have so much new for you, which we love. In fact, Third Person was not able to bring us anything new since March of last year. And the reason for that was because they've been developing and creating all of these different pieces for you. The one that you see in front of you is, in the entire Third Person line, the only full sterling silver piece. And we're talking about 2.9 millimeters here is going to be your thickness. 14.2 grams of sterling silver. That is a big amount of sterling silver, and yet you're also getting something that, while it is lightweight, it's something that has great, bold texture to it. You also have a piece that is going to wear so easily, and you can use, it's so versatile, whether you want to put an enhancer on this. We're even going to show you the lobster claw clasp. Show it off. It's an aspect of this that you're going to be able to wear and have proudly shown up front. This should be $218 for this necklace. Instead, it's under $175 and an easy payment of just $35. You've got $43 in savings here today. That rope chain, 2.9 millimeters, like we said. We're going to bring in Laura Robertson, who is the designer of this entire line of Third Person jewelry. Thank you for being here, Laura. I know we got to see you just for a little bit in our first hour. You're going to do a full hour with us and then stick around for our 7 o'clock show. Or is this our, no, yeah, our 7 o'clock show. I don't know what day or time it ever is. So thank you for being here today. It's a big day. Let's get started with this rope chain necklace. Why the rope chain specifically?
This is where you really see the designer difference in classic pieces. I wanted the rope chain because it dates back to ancient Egypt. It's actually interlinked, so it makes it strong, but makes it flexible. It's, with the 14 grams of solid silver, it's really going to be the last rope chain that you're going to have to buy. It's going to check all the boxes. Wow. The gauge is big enough to wear on its own, but like you mentioned, it's a perfect gauge to put a more substantial pendant on it. Yeah. All your designer pendants, something that's heavier, but it is just the perfect combination of highs and lows, of that high polish and that hand oxidation.
Well, that 2.9 gauge, I really do think is the Goldilocks one. It's not the baby. It's not super, super tiny and thin, lightweight, that you would be limited in what you put on it. You really could put mostly anything on this.
Absolutely.
But it's also not too chunky or too clunky either as well. Like, I'm looking at how you're wearing it right now. Mixes beautifully with the enhancers on it. Let's talk about Third Person, the line itself. Where did the inspiration for it come from? When did it start? How did you get started in it?
So I always wanted to bring the unusual, bring imagination into sterling silver and precious metals and gemstones. Yeah. And that's really the concept of it, but the name itself is in reference to our own journey. You know, it's about developing into the final stage of ourselves, our true self, losing ourselves of self-doubt, other people's expectations, and following what is meaningful to us. And that's really the goal with the line with each piece, is to be unique and to be authentic to creation.
Speaking of unique and authentic, look at that lobster claw clasp. I love here, even like the little end caps on this. You have detail at every square inch. And that's where, when I said, when you get any of these pieces at home, I feel like you're always going to be discovering. Like, you're always going to find something within this that maybe you didn't notice before, even down to like the little loop here that we see in that clasp.
So that's a swirl, which is a life force energy. But what I love about that design is the highs and lows, the slight, you have a little bit of like points on like the fleur-de-lis part of it, and that gives you that feminine but kind of edgy side. Like, it's kind of like a sexy interpretation of a lobster claw clasp.
Yeah, you're right. And and let's for a second just think about who's going and thinking about like changing up the lobster claw clasp. That's something that so many jewelry designers out there, they just forget about. But with this, you can actually wear it where you see it. You can use that to your advantage. Like, let's bring this down here. How would you wear it with the lobster claw clasp showing?
So I love that you can wear it even on the side because it is a focal point of the carving, but if you have like a smaller charm, you can hang it from that lobster. Oh, okay. So it actually leads your eye to that charm. So I would recommend an enhancer bail for the majority, but if you have one that just slips on, you can use it on the lobster because it's that beautiful.
It really is a gorgeous piece. It's $174.98. That's an easy payment of just $35 in order to bring this home today. And this is, I feel like, the foundation of the brand. You're gonna see a whole bunch in this next hour from Third Person Jewelry that is going to have so much to it, that has so much flavor, that has so much color, that has so much personality to it. This is definitely a classic, but a reinvented classic.
Absolutely, and it's important when you have these more expressive pieces to have a chain that leads you to it, that it meets where the design is. And that is what I really love about this, as well as the fine details through the clasp right there, but as we go through the chain itself, the inner links are all slightly hand oxidized and polished, so you do get that sparkle, but that depth. So you can wear it with all your designer enhancers. You can wear it with your J, you can wear it with your Ripka, and also your rhodium plated.
I love the rope to this. I mean, the rope, that texture to it is just so gorgeous, and it is done so incredibly well. $174.98 and an easy payment of just $75 in order to bring that home. We don't have time to do a full presentation of this, but I'm gonna tell you what, there's not a lot to go around here.